We are unique expressions of God. I was looking for God and I found only myself. I was looking for myself and I found only God. I kept asking myself what it really means to be free, to be myself. My whole life I've been asking that question. Asking myself that question because I had forgotten that I am free. That the great I am presence is our birthright. That the very reason why we chose to come here to planet Earth is to become who we really are. Reclaiming ecstasy as our natural state of being. It is imperative to go beyond what we were taught and ought to be for others. In her book Green for Life, Victoria Butenko, who intuitively turned to raw food nutrition in the early 90s, curing herself and her whole family from major illnesses within weeks, quite rightly points out that our own conscious observations are 100 times more important than any scientific claim. One of the most important ingredients forever fueling new inventions, the creation of amazing artifacts and evolutionary progress in general, seems to be a synthesized pool of curiosity, imagination, eureka knowledge and/or intuitive knowing. It's foolish to assume that bacteria have only come into existence since the invention of the microscope, which made them visible. Even though cutting-edge science starts to substantiate what we always instinctively knew but mostly never really fully trust. We are living gods, and we carry right within us everything that we will ever need to master all of life's challenges. The power of believing in ourselves and our intrinsic divinity can move mountains, provoke miraculous healings, and quite literally form new matter out of the sea of vibrant potentialities. Our personal connection to the great cosmic open is the pineal gland, commonly referred to as the third eye. Once activated, it functions as an intergalactic stargate, allowing the individual to journey into non-material quantum realms. In this chapter, I would like to discuss how we are co-creating our realities by instructing the sea of vibrant quantum potentialities, literally bringing potential realities into existence through the power of our fundamental individual and collective beliefs. In order to empower your life, it is imperative that you understand your personal and collective beliefs. You are who you are and you are where you are because of what you believe about yourself. No matter what you are experiencing, your beliefs form the underlying foundation to create these experiences. It is interesting to know that our fundamental belief systems are mostly not just deeply buried in our subconsciousness and often in direct opposition to our official make-beliefs, but most importantly, as most developmental psychologists agree, already firmly in place by the time the child is 3 years old. For a long time we've been trapped by belief systems suggesting that we are subjected to forces beyond our control, which is reinforcing a sense of powerlessness. One of the most recent ones is the so-called scientific notion of genes controlling our lives. Though the power of genes is still emphasized in current biology courses and textbooks, a radically new understanding has emerged at the leading edge of cell science. It is now recognized that the environment, and more specifically our perception, our interpretation of the environment, directly controls the activity of our genes. Environment controls gene activity through a process known as epigenetic control. This new perspective of human biology does not view the body as just a mechanical device, but rather incorporates the role of mind and spirit. This breakthrough in biology is fundamental in all healing, for it recognizes that when we change our perception or beliefs, that we send totally different messages to ourselves and reprogram their expression. So really it's an interactive thing, as my brother likes to put it. To understand that we are co-creators, it's imperative to remember a few basics of co-creation. First, the power of belief. Second, like attracts like. And third, love is the stronger vibration. Yeah, I do like to keep things simple, especially because they are. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts we create the world. Thoughts are the result of our mostly unconscious belief systems. I'm not talking here about our public makeup, about what we're purposely projecting into the world to keep our social masks and our status within the games of worldly reputation intact. I'm talking here about the fundamentals of what we really believe about ourselves, about the world, about where we come from, about our purpose in life, about the very nature of reality. The exploration of its difference leads us right into the core of the powerlessness and worthlessness that is programmed into the very spine of our existence. To move right into our fears so they can be ghostbusted and transformed was the subject of discussion in the last chapter, The Art of Dying and Living. There's another important aspect to fine-tune our co-creative abilities. Its spirit is beautifully captured through the adaptation of the concept of the silent watcher. The silent watcher allows us to accept what is, to sincerely move beyond judgment so we can reframe our learned perspective, allowing us to consciously extract the bottom lines of our deepest, disempowering fear programs and reprogram them to be in service for us. It's like becoming the commander of your own ship again. In this way, we can start to take conscious control of the messages that we are sending out, both into the world at large as well as into our internal environments. Let's keep in mind that the divine matrix in which we all plugged into, that this field is said to be a neutral, impartial, unbiased field of quantum energy that will coalesce around the blueprint of whatever it is that we create through our beliefs. In 1995, a study was published about an infant boy who was tested positive twice for the HIV virus, once at 19 days of age and again 1 month later. But when the child was tested again at the age 5, he was HIV negative. The virus was not lying dormant, awaiting some external cue to become active. It had been eliminated from his body altogether. Could it be that the immune system of this infant, completely ignorant of the fact that he had a terminal illness, remained strong? Could it be that his body, so lacking the fear and other negative emotion that the awareness of having this deadly disease would ordinarily generate in an older individual, simply went to work as it was programmed to do and killed the virus? Beliefs are like food, and interestingly enough, the saying "you are what you eat" is known in every culture around the world. I would take this statement a lot further and literally qualify everything, including all information that we are allowing into our system as food that either allows us to expand or to contract our existence. So I'm not just talking here about the quality of our thoughts and the information we are constantly bombarded with, but also about our emotions and the actual foods we are eating. Our body are highly intelligent biocomputers. Every feeling, every desire, every thought, every idea has its corresponding molecule called peptides. Peptides are the material equivalent of thought, and once activated initiate a tirade of biochemical messaging, conveying the essence of your feelings and thoughts into every cell of your being. When you are sad for a prolonged time, you will eventually end up with a sad liver, a sad kidney, a sad lung. I guess you get the point. Please note that the power to create is including the power to create destruction, when used without direction or deliberately used with the intention to cause mayhem. The extraordinary ability of all living organisms to repair themselves contains the power to heal all illness. We are chronically demineralized, dehydrated and severely undernourished in every essential nutritional way that would allow the constitution of vital health. Remineralizing our bodies is a way of fine-tuning our extrasensory abilities so the dormant parts of our 12-stranded DNA can be reactivated with ease. In that sense, the illness of our bodies may rather be viewed as gifts, as they are our body's ways of alerting us that we are out of balance. Every year, as much as 98% of the total number of atoms in our bodies are being replaced. This statement opens the door for profound self-healing if we can keep in mind that we can only heal if we accept responsibility for our creations. If we can accept that the quality of the lives we have created is an extension of the quality of our thoughts and the very lifestyles that come with it. We are messaging ourselves into this world, our own internal worlds inclusive, and attracting back the state of our own heart and soul. There are ultimately only two positions to create from. It either promotes contraction or it allows expansion. Fear or love. Everything has a measurable frequency. Frequency change affects the material world. Everything in existence is dynamic, entangled and alive. The vibration of love has a scientifically measurable higher frequency than fear. No condition, disease or illness exists that cannot be held by the pure energy of gratitude and unconditional love. Gratitude and love, without a doubt, are the most powerful and the most integrating feeling forces that we have. It has been shown that our immune system rallies when we are in the presence of the vibration of love and gratitude. It shows that our bodies and its waters and its molecules and its enzymes become more organized. Forgiveness is the greatest service we can give to ourselves, since all the regrets and resentments spilled towards the world are mostly toxicating our own systems. The principle of entrainment states that the powerful rhythmic vibrations from one source, love-based, will cause the less powerful vibrations of the second source, fear-based, to lock into the vibration of the first source. To sum that one up, the vibration of love cancels and overrides the vibration of fear. Isn't that beautiful, and reversing everything that we are brainwashed to believe? Unlike the indoctrination of our mainstream science with their outdated textbooks would like us to believe, we are actively participating in the movies of our own lives. And in a participatory, free-willed, interconnected universe, it's us who co-call the shots. We co-create by choice, informed through our applied knowledge of self. And the actualizing self, as distinguished from the ego personality, might be forever changing and eternally expanding, but it's still answering to the base calling of our soul's essence. Every self-actualizing person, without exception, has vocation, a soul's calling. And despite the constant sublime and open messaging through the mainstream realities of our life that you better not be yourself because you suck, the alignment of our local selves with our divine essence is not just leading to a harmonization of inner and outer purpose, but allowing us to become of service for the world at large. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.